things like that hardly at all, but you say you see it regularly.
Yeah, I mean, he turns it on every day in practice with the scoring, and he works hard at that. So it's something that he does for us, something that he takes seriously, and he's able to do. So when he goes into practice, he's got a killer mentality, so that when he steps on the court in a competitive game like that, he can really shine. So that's where that kind of thing comes from.
It seems like to me you guys have evolved over the year. At first, it was about speed and beating teams up and down the floor in a speed game, and it seems now you're a different team to me. Can you describe that evolution? What happened?
Yeah, early in the year we were really fast. We didn't really know much about ourselves or how we wanted to play, but we knew that we were athletic, we knew that we were fast, and we could really push the ball up and down the floor. But I feel like at the beginning of the year we weren't as focused on defense as we are now. We were just focused on outscoring our opponent. If you remember, the scores were always really high, but the other team had high scores too. So we were just trying to outscore opponents at the beginning. Coming down to this area of the season, it's not about that. It's not about scoring your opponent. It's about how many stops can you get in a row. How many times can you hold your opponent under a certain percent. Those things are super important. And when the game's not going fast like that, because everybody in the country's watched our games and they want to slow us down. And, being able to push the ball, and if there's nothing there, just have poise and be able to run an efficient offense and get a good shot up.
Was there a pivotal moment, do you think, where the running speed Kentucky team started evolving into the grinding defensive Kentucky team?
I don't know if there was one single pivotal moment, but I know that there was games that earlier in the season we would start to get away from what we were, and we'd really lack the defensive energy that we needed to finish out basketball games, and that's where those second half runs were coming. And as you guys can remember, we were allowing a lot of high percentage shots, a lot of high percentage second halves occur. So when we started to see that, we realized that's not who we wanted to be, and that's not what wins in this last section of the season. So
yeah, I remember times where the opponent would just drive down the middle of the lane. Nobody would contest. Nobody would rotate. Haven't seen that in hardly ever, the last several weeks.
That's something we're proud of. We get up 20 a few months back. We get up 20 in the second half, and now our defensive energy would just stop being there, and the other team would make a run. So just being able to stay focused, stay disciplined for 40 minutes, and really lock in on defense is something that's really helped us become another level team.
And what do you guys think about Kentucky and North Carolina, two blue bloods? It doesn't hardly get any bluer than you two.
Yeah, it doesn't get bluer than that. It doesn't, it doesn't get better than that. College basketball, this is games that growing up I would love to watch. I would wait all week for games like this, and have an opportunity to play in it. It's something special, something a lot of people don't have that opportunity to do. So we're just really excited to go out on the floor and demonstrate our skill and show what kind of team we are, and try to advance.
What was one of those games where you waited all week for? You know what I mean? Do you remember
it was any big games like this, anytime you're watching the big teams, when it comes down to the tournament, this is always my favorite area. It's my favorite basketball. I like to watch this tournament more than I like to watch the NBA Finals and stuff like that. So I can't really remember one specific game, but I just remember watching so many of them. I never miss these ones, that's for sure.
What do you think it says about the SEC, 3 teams in the Elite Eight?
It says a lot, man. It says that we're a strong conference. It says we're not just a football conference, so that's great. There's a lot of hype behind other conferences, and seeing the SEC have so many teams still in it, still alive, it's great. It shows that our schedule is not as easy as people think it is. We got a lot of tough teams in the SEC, and it's great to see them all advance like this.